All right. So here we are at 23. 26.
Okay. Let's be serious for a second here.
Yeah.
Let's cheers.
Cheers. Prost.
Prost. Actually, let's not say that. That might be racist. Here.
Let's say yeah. Cheers. Well, why wouldn't cheers be racist?
It probably is, homie.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Here we gotta think of another word that we use next time. Shoes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I did put on the Dune series, the mini-series.
That is not what we're talking about.
Well, what are we talking about?
We're going to talk about our prediction about whether or not this new Dune movie is going to make the fatal mistake that every Dune movie makes,
Right.
and therefore contributes to its failure to accurately depict the complexity and the majesty and the brilliance and the importance of the Dune universe.
And the women there, like that what happened in the Dune series that I watched last night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, first, I want to introduce ourselves. We are the Blerd Sisterhood of Arrakis, and therefore pretty much experts in the field that we're about to discuss today.
This is so.
Um,
It is written.
So,
It is known. It is known. Yes.
my theory is this. One of the reasons that every Dune movie has basically failed so far to depict what we all love so much about the Dune universe is because it leaves out this really, really critical, foundational element of that the Dune universe is built on, which is not just that there's this thing called the Bene Gesserit, or however you want to frickin' pronounce it, that exists, but that the Bene Gesserit and graduates of the Bene Gesserit school essentially run the intergalactic universe that is Dune. And I feel like, they'll refer to the fact that the Bene Gesserit are basically badasses, they're like ninjas, but they don't really get the whole point across that everything that happens in that universe is either initiated or a part of the Bene Gesserit's master plan, or quickly gets, incorporated into the plan or altered to be to the benefit of the Bene Gesserit's sort of purposes or whatever it is that they're intending to do.
I really do think, because I believe that Frank Herbert is a prophet, and it seems as though everyone who has tried to interpret his books, from book to film, has come with this patriarchal approach, and they put that on Frank Herbert too, that he downplayed women. He did not. He made he brought out how important it was, how the women, like you were saying, are the backbone for this whole thing. But it was being interpreted and played out through the eyes of 20th century man, right? And 20th century filmmakers who still had that thing, bad witch, good witch, witch whore, mother Madonna, one of those things, and but still not as vital and not as foundation setting, not as moving as the males in the story. Right. And so I think that's why they haven't been able to interpret, that's why they haven't been able to do this film.
Right. One thing that I am looking forward to this film being different is because of an article I read about Denis
Villeneuve.
saying that the most important thing he wants to bring out in this movie is the relationship between Jessica and Paul. So there's hope that there's, that there will be more attention played to Jessica's role and Paul's development and that sort of thing. And another thing I wanted to bring up before we move on is that even the Spacing Guild, was started by Noma Simba. So it's like it's almost every important thing that happens in Dune from day one was because of a woman. So
yeah. And also, the reason that this is a feminist issue is because feminism is not about female supremacy. It's about equality. And I would even take it a step further in terms of my own personal interpretation that it's not even a male-female issue, but it has to do with almost like a more basic fundamental building block of energy in the universe, of masculine and feminine energy, positive and negative, that, regardless of the gender through which these postures are expressed, that it still has to do with downplaying the feminine or not knowing how to represent it or misrepresenting it by automatically equating feminine power with evil witches, or whose intentions are questionable or in some way, and or just plain not knowing how to depict women wielding power at all,
so therefore
having no clue.
We won't even deal with it. We'll
Yeah.
just deal with this masculine storyline and just take it from there, and we won't even consider the feminine contribution to the story.
Or if they have a female with a position of power, she wields that power like a man.
So then that brings us to the moment that we have been waiting for decades, because we are some old ass folks.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Out
and proud.
A Dune movie that looks like it is going to be literally the greatest movie ever made.
Yes.
Now, my concern is, what if this movie is so brilliant and so beautifully made and so well acted that despite the fact that this important foundational element of the incredible powerful role that the Bene Gesserit has, and that, from Norma Simba creating the first technology that facilitates the intergalactic universe, becoming the first navigator, on all the way through to Leto too. They run the entire multiverse. That will be still downplayed in the new movie, but it'll still be the best movie that I've ever seen. And I'll just have to do without that super important element. But I'm hoping, praying that that's not the case, and that this element is going to be included in Dune, which comes out on Friday, October 2nd, 22nd, and we are going to be there.
A week and a day.
Dressed up, camped out.
That's right. And are you listening, Denny? And I'm so happy. Please don't have your characters be calling Mrs. Paul Chaney.
Right.
Her name is Chani. Chani, not Chaney. Not Chaney.
Although we don't really know that.
Well, we really. But I have decided. Nope, I've decided. That's it. But I don't know if they're going to do that in the movie or not. I don't think so. I think I heard Zendaya say Chani. I think I heard say Chani. And I was very happy about that. But another one of the women, and another one of the female aspects that I'm hoping comes out sooner or later somewhere, and HBO, you better get it right when you do the Sisterhood.
Oh,
again.
please. Please.
Yeah.
Is the gift from the Sisters of Rosa, the Witches
Oh yes,
of
the
Rosa.
Witches of Rosa.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Norma's mother.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
I mean, they were so badass that they stood with the machines and with their minds defeated a lot of the machines.
Right.
So
Exactly.
they were some badass.
They were badasses, and we can't forget Serena Butler.
That's right.
You know, this whole
Right.
all of this started with Serena Butler.
Yeah. I get concerned when I see this story attempting to be depicted by people who don't identify as feminine beings. I worry that the reason with past Dune movies or miniseries, it hasn't successfully accurately depicted the world. It's just that they don't know, they don't understand what it is to express feminine power, to embody feminine power, and so they don't know where to go with it. They don't know what that would look like, what that would feel like, and how to depict that on screen. So I'm hoping that, someone in that writing room has been able to get it right, and Denis,
I hope so.
we're rooting for you. We're rooting for you, brother.
According to that article I read, that was his focus. His focus, he said to the writer, one of the lead writers, or Eric Roth, I think his name is, focus on the women. My focus is on the women.
Okay.
So let's see what that means in Denise' interpretation of that, and see how that goes.
I definitely think that Timothée Chalamet was a really excellent choice, because I love the way that he isn't afraid to allow feminine expression in his craft. I've never met him in person, so I don't know how that lives in his self. But in terms of the roles I've seen him portray on screen, I thought that was really brilliant and inspiring. And
I'm
I thought that was
embarrassed.
good.
I'm embarrassed to say that I didn't know any of Timothée Chalamet's work.
But I got us to watch Little Women.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all that I know. That Chalamet is Little Women.
Which he was excellent.
It was
Exactly.
excellent, Laurie. Yes.
Excellent, yes.
Yeah.
And the pick better.
So, I guess we'll see, and we'll check back with all of you out there
Yeah.
and let you know what we think about it.
Drop a like.
Or, drop a
Or
like
whatever.
or drop a comment.
Subscribe.
To say what you might think about
Do all
this,
those technical
right?
things that we don't know how to do,
thumbs
and
up,
I'm going to get
thumbs
my
up. We don't know
kids
what
to
it
show me
means.
how to do.
Yeah.
Thumbs up it and comment and let us know what you think. And
And we'll see you at Dune.
we'll see you at Dune. Shoes.
I don't know how to do
You want the other one?
No, I was trying to see what time we're at.
Okay.